Dantak.
Yes.
Jurassic World Evolution.
That's a game.
We went to Universal. We played roughly an hour of this thing. Spent a lot of time with the devs. There's interviews coming up in the back half of this show. Look for it on our YouTube channel if you're watching this separately. Jurassic World Evolution. Here's the thing, because they said, what do you guys want to play on ahead of time? And Dantak is the PC editor, and he's a very smart man. And so he says, I'll take the PC build, please. And obviously that's the way you want to play this game, even though it's coming out for PS4 and Xbox One. And so for the sake of the community and understanding what it was going to be like on the console, I said I will hold a controller to play this sim game, this park builder. And the controller felt better than I expected.
Which is good.
Yeah. It seems like they improved the UI a lot since Zoo Tycoon, which was an Xbox One. Maybe not the last sim game they released, but a big one not too long ago at the launch of that system. But
I really appreciated that we started this conversation about Jurassic Park with like, I held a controller in my hand.
Well, I think it's exciting that this park builder is coming to consoles.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good point to make, is that it is coming to both major consoles as well as PC.
I'm glad we all agree on this then.
Unusual for like a simulation game.
And it controls much better than I expected. Like, it's a little bit finicky for like trying to place a building and stuff on the controller. It'd be nice to have the precision of the mouse. But overall, it was much better, like to the point that it's like, maybe I would like to sit back and play this game with a controller. It's not going to be a make or break situation overall. But Dantak, your actual hands-on time with the game, what'd you think?
Yeah, so it was a curious experience, and obviously we just with an hour taste can't really make any critical evaluation right now. But
it's a tough genre to demo as well, you know.
Oh, almost impossible, because by the time you're done with an hour, you've barely got your feet wet, right? You're finally like learning how to do things. Overall, though, you know, it's interesting to have sort of what is a sandbox genre sort of put into this now structured format where you have 5 different sandboxes that you basically all need to complete with some sort of objective that we don't know.
These are the 5 deaths, the 5 islands, which is exciting as a Jurassic Park fan, that we're going to go from island to island, and then in theory Nublar as well. Like, they've hinted there's something with Nublar, and you can see on the mission map that there's totally a thing there.
Oh, that's the last one, huh?
It very well could be.
Yeah.
But all we know right now is that you have to go through 5 progressively more difficult islands and make parks there, and we don't know why the difficulty increases, but it's inferred to be environmental and other hazards and other changes that occur on the other islands. The island you start on, which is the one we played, is very traditional. It's like, you might get a tropical storm. Yeah. That's about it. It's pretty bare bones, pretty like, okay, you're gonna beat this island really easy.
Well, from what we saw, at least, you know, we don't know how challenging it might be.
Correct.
But
But it seemed like it was the tutorial island, more or less.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, sort of imply that other islands would have dangerous day-night cycles and other.
Well, not even day-night cycles. They said there
eternal
actually isn't.
night.
Yeah, there isn't a day-night cycle, which is kind of a bummer. For the sake of one of the islands, they want to be night at all times.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then other challenges that can occur. Like,
where is that island?
We're gonna. It's one of the 5 deaths.
Yeah, you got to go there, dude.
Sounds cool.
And then other challenges like tornadoes and you know, potential defection from your security agents, perhaps.
Dinosaurs,
right?
And of course, see the guy like leaving the island with the briefcase. Like
they did say maybe, but it won't be Nedry.
Yeah, there can be like problems with the staff along the way. Yeah, I don't know if it'll be as detailed and cool as that.
Yeah,
but
I don't think we'll get that.
Yeah.
Did they talk about the timeline, like when this game takes place?
Well, in theory, it's coinciding in some way with Fallen Kingdom, the new Lost World movie, which is coming out this summer, right? Because they were very hesitant to talk about Fallen Kingdom at all. You can tell Universal's marching orders were like, don't reveal anything about the film, but I would imagine that's why they're cagey about Nublar as well, because in theory they go back to Nublar in that movie, and so maybe they tie in some way there.
They didn't say anything explicitly, and they couldn't. But my read on it is that there will definitely be some kind of tie-in with Fallen Kingdom.
So which island did World take place on?
World is on Nublar. It's the first to go back to Nublar since the first movie.
Oh, okay.
So 2 and 3 are on Sorna, which you're also going to go to, which is interesting.
Did they go back to the first island in 3?
No, in 3 they're on Sorna as well. Yeah,
but I thought they did go back. No, not at all.
I don't believe so. No, I think they're pretty well stuck there. But Reese, I'm happy to have you on this conversation because you reviewed Planet Coaster.
Yeah.
For Game Informer, which is built on that engine. That was one of the striking things. Is like just the amount of camera movement and freedom you have feels a lot like Planet Coaster in that regard. But did Planet Coaster have like missions or anything like that along the way?
No, actually. So that's one of the things that it was a sandbox game, kind of to a fault, and so that's why. Which some people probably dug just for building roller coasters, and that was fine. I kind of wanted a little bit more of a carrot on a stick or a reason to sort of build some of this stuff out, and that's why I'm excited for this game, because it sounds like they're doing that, but maybe going too far with it. Is
So
that what you say, Dan?
no, I don't think they're going too far. I'd compare it to changes that Civilization has made in the last 5-6 years, where they have sort of incentives to make you do other things that, like, maybe you want to go down this path, we'll give you a little extra reward if you do. So that's kind of the same thing. It's going to put things in front of you that say, maybe research this dinosaur. And you can say, you know what, I don't care. I'm just going to build up my island and try to win anyway. Or you can do it and you'll get some nice rewards. So it's up to you at the end of the day, but it will be beneficial to you to do those kind of things.
The one thing I'm curious about is, because I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan and even kind of a zoo fan of all things.
Well, this game was made for you then.
Yeah,
Reeves goes to a lot of zoos on cover story trips. He loves visiting zoos.
Can't get enough of them, let me tell you. But all that said, like, is creating like a padlock with dinosaurs in it as cool as building a giant roller coaster?
Reeves, paddock.
Look, man.
Even Nedry knew it. But yeah, what we got to play was interesting. We only had about 4 or 5 dinosaurs available to us with the early game genomes, which you basically search out through the course of the game and unlock new dinos and ways to build them out. But it was, again, for the one paddock, you can make more than one paddock. But
it's paddock. Padded to bear.
Reeves, it's a good question, right? I mean, it is fun, especially we can like simulate going on the roller coasters and stuff like that. I mean, they steer a little bit more in that direction. You can make like the gyrosphere from Jurassic World, and you can actually get in and drive the car around. You can fly a helicopter around, and there's something just dorky as a fan about like even just looking at the dinosaurs. Like, okay, we're gonna have a vantage point here, so you can look down and see the cool T-Rex paddock down here. Like, and I think that's gonna be a thrill for Jurassic Park fans.
They do incentivize you to do it too. You're gonna have times where you're like, maybe you don't have enough money to build your latest, like, you want to build a huge hotel, you don't have the cash on hand. You got a little time while you're waiting for your numbers to tick up,
Okay.
So you get in a car, you go and take pictures of your dinosaurs, you get paid for it. So like it lets you get up and close, sort of get in there with your dinosaurs in the pen. And chill out with them.
Yeah, and they have like different areas of expertise, right? So it's like security, entertainment, and science.
That's right.
And so the entertainment path, maybe there's more options there for making something more funky in more of a amusement park style way.
We didn't go the entertainment path, and we wouldn't have unlocked anything substantial in our playtime anyway. But the entertainment path was described to me as the traditional theme park sim experience. So
interesting.
That's
no dinosaurs.
You obviously are still going to be doing dinosaurs as a big part of your thing, but that's probably going to open up more options for like other kinds of entertainment and
All right.
Compared to like the science, which one of the big things is like they want to keep it completely pure. They want dinosaurs as is. They don't want any genetic modification, because that's another huge thing that's kind of fun in the game is you can actually go in and you're filling the sequence holes in the DNA with different things tweak your dinosaurs, and you can like eventually modify them in fun ways where it's like, okay, I want to up the defense of my Triceratops because they keep getting attacked by other dinosaurs and being brought down.
And that's one thing I didn't think that was that amazing, actually. I'm pretty excited for this game, but the genetic modification sort of didn't seem really, I don't know, like a big part of the game from what we saw. Like just making them have more defense or making them look a little different. It didn't seem as major to me as what they could have done with the genome system.
Yeah,
but it's early on, so you think
it is early on, but
evolve.
See, I don't think so.
Okay,
I think safe money's on. Yes, it'll get more interesting.
All right,
can you give them feathers?
That's a great question. I bet you can.
That's probably likely.
The way God intended.
But I think it's an interesting thing. I wonder if they keep it true to like Jurassic Park, right? Where like the real dinosaurs do have feathers, but if you modify them in the Jurassic Park style to appeal to what people think they want from dinosaurs, then they wouldn't, I don't know if they'd go that detailed.
So I think they're going to stick with the Jurassic Park canonical dinosaurs for this one, since we are going to have the Indominus Rex in there.
Yeah,
as one of the big guys.
Jeff Cork, you watched a lot of this game, the new gameplay today.
Mm-hmm.
Did anything surprise you from watching that session?
Not really.
Yeah.
You guys had talked about it in the office a fair bit, and it was honestly what I was expecting. It was like a park builder with Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I think I was surprised maybe the most at how ugly the one dinosaur you made was. Had like looked like a horse had been through a ringer.
What did you call that dinosaur, Mr.
It's not important. Check out the video if you want to see Dantec get uncomfortable. Yeah, I think so. I think there's a certain amount of like, I'm very happy that Frontier is the developer making this game. They know sim games. It seems like the perfect pairing, right?
Right.
But there's a certain amount of like, yeah, that's about what I expected from a Jurassic World style park builder with dinosaurs, and I'm still, even from after our hour demo, it wasn't enough time, right, to really sink into this, but I'm still waiting to figure out like what those magic ingredients are for just generating stories, like something XCOM, games like that are so magical at, where it's like, I want to know all the things that can go wrong. I want to know what story I'll be telling after my play session, because the short session we had was basically, I was trying to cause chaos and I destroyed all the fences on my park, and then a big carnivore ate an attendee, which was fun.
That was really good. You should check out the video to see that.
But I want to know like what the struggle is, like how hard the systems and the chaos of nature is actually trying to work against you, and you have to fight. And it's just, I hope it can surprise you along the way with what can go wrong with your park.
I hope that like you've got the element that Dan was talking about where you take photos of the dinosaurs to get money.
Yeah.
I hope that they have a ton of different activities and animations, so it's not like, okay, I'm gonna go take some pictures of the Triceratops. Okay, he's yawning again. He's scratching his back against that rock.
He's effing that one real hard.
And I mean, like just like a couple of canned animations for everything. I don't expect that it's going to be, hey, you Pikachu,
put on a dumb little hat
or anything super crazy like that.
Well, hey, I'd be into that.
but I hope that stays fresh a relatively long period of time, because that'll be a bummer when. Obviously, the dinosaurs are a huge part of this game, right?
Yeah.
It's not just a park simulator. It's Jurassic Park. So if the dinosaurs are kind of a dud to watch, that'll be a big disappointment.
Yeah. I'm very curious, like especially seeing the other islands and other dinosaur possibilities opening up along the way. It's coming out June 12th. Digital
That's right.
only for like roughly a month. The physical version's coming out in July, which is odd, but the way they position it is like, well, Frontier's always been a digital-first company. So I didn't know that, but
I mean,
right.
for PC players, they're not going to bat an eye. They never even expected to pick it up.
They wouldn't even know that it's not out.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching this excerpt from the Game Informer Show podcast. You can subscribe to the audio version and listen to new episodes airing every Thursday. We cover big games on the horizon, games that we've just reviewed. We have long-form developer interviews, a lot of fun stuff. So check it out every Thursday.